Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today with Nathan and Luke, and we're going to be talking about episode 4 of Chucky TV series. And man, this was rough.
Yeah.
Let's just the TV is called Chucky, right? We didn't get Chucky until what, 25 minutes into the episode or something?
Some minutes, man. I thought it's...
Yeah, it was like 34 minutes in.
Ridiculous.
At least.
Once Chucky appeared, he was there for a decent bit, but I shouldn't have to wait 30 minutes to see Chucky. It's like calling it The Simpsons and, not seeing The Simpsons. What the fuck?
So let's go over the story real quick. We starts at the hospital because, last episode we thought Lexi burnt inside the house, but of course, only one person died and it was Oliver, and he was already dead before the fire anyway.
Yep.
And she don't even have a scratch on her. Like, she was in that fucking room with Chucky where the fire started, and literally
Not a scratch.
other people are inside the hospital and she's fine.
She was at the lowest part of the house where the windows burst open because of the flame, which means all the fire would have been fucked around. She is fine. She isn't scarred. Nothing.
No, but like even Junior, the people who were nowhere near where the fire started, they're obviously seeking attention from medical professionals, but she's perfectly fine roaming about. She's not in a room. She's not being seen to by doctors. It makes no sense.
She's got plot armor.
There's a few questions inside this episode don't make any sense.
Like, where was Chucky for 30 fucking minutes?
Or like the end, like you said, with the body, and no one walked in until the very end, and they found the fucking.
Yeah.
No one's been inside the room checking on the girl. Oh yeah, the little girl's on a ventilator. She's in the hospital. She can't because she got affected by the smoke as well.
Yeah. So did Junior. So did Devon. Obviously,
they're all in, and
Yeah.
Lexi's just running about. She's fine.
she's immortal, mate. She's immortal.
Yeah. I don't think Devon searching up the history of the Chucky doll, and then fucking images from the actual films come up. Like, you got Bride of Chucky there, where Tiffany's leaning
Looking all
back.
seductive and shit. Like, who took that picture and went, yeah, I'll use this as this is a mugshot now.
And then there's one of Nika who's had the wheelchair and a straitjacket and shit. So someone was inside the asylum and took a picture of it.
Fucking Instagram whores.
It's so lazy though. Literally, you've got the actors just take pictures and frame them as it's not hard to do.
Mugshots, news articles, nah. Private Twitter accounts, that's where you get the photos from.
So yeah, we get I forgot did anyone use Catch the Air when the flashback when it was Chucky?
I think it's like 1970 at that point, because he's about...
He's a teenager.
I say he's about 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah, so he's in a foster home and he's taking... No, he bumps into the janitor, doesn't he? And the janitor pisses him off, so he ends up killing him off screen. And the body's outside. He takes the kids outside. Two of them run away.
And one doesn't.
Eddie.
Yeah, one done, and we find out he's Eddie. But his name, what did he call him? Andy Kapow on it or something?
He called him Andy Kapow, but in the law, because I looked it up mid-episode, his name's Eddie Kapow or something like that.
Yeah, and he's the getaway driver from the first one, so... That's not bad, I guess.
That's neat.
Yeah,
Where
that's
was
neat.
Chucky for 30 minutes this thing? Well, that was neat, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's really pissed me off. You got Jake and Lexi teaming up, going to the burnt house. Like you said, first of all, in a crime scene, there's only one cop around who eventually comes in, but they're doing it. They're trying to turn her into a good person.
Yeah.
Literally.
We almost got character development from Jake, because he confronts her. He's like, you bitch, you dressed up as my dead dad for the jokes. And she's like, it was a joke. Like, you dressed up as his dad, bitch. And what's the worst that we get? You didn't mean it, Lexi. It's fine. The fuck, bro?
It's very clear
where
she did mean it.
Yeah, she did mean it, and it's this is where we finally get Chucky in it, and she falls off the that drop wouldn't have killed her though anyway.
Nah.
She might have broke her leg or something.
If she fell, the worst she was gonna get is I've sprained my leg to shit, or fuck, I've thrown me back out. Couple of weeks off, that'll be right.
If she fell from, obviously she fell back, if she fell from that, then she probably would have died, just because obviously she would have banged her head or twisted her neck or some shit. But obviously if Andy let her go, she definitely wouldn't have died, considering Chucky could reach.
Yeah,
he's
Chucky could nearly
4 feet at most.
Speaking of Chucky as well, he's burnt now and half his face melted.
Look good. I liked it.
It does look good, but like we said when we was watching, the originals did it better, but it does look good. It looks, it could look a lot worse.
It looks like a British bulldog to me, but... He's got jowls now.
Now that you say it.
So yeah, we mentioned that cop. He comes in and he's just like, "Oh, you gotta come with me," and he takes the doll, doesn't he?
Stupidest reason. The doll is in the house as evidence. What does the cop say? Oh yeah, the father wants me to bring it back to give to the little girl. Two problems there. One, again, it's evidence. And two, why is he taking request when he should be at the house protecting the crime scene? Fuck me.
He's clearly stupid because when he goes inside the room, he starts eating, he eats the cookie, he eats the donut, he goes over and umping something else. So what the fuck are you doing?
You know what it reminds me of? You know Halloween 5 with the two detectives who walk around, they have that little music playing in the background?
Music.
It reminds me of them.
Yeah.
I don't understand, obviously, if you think about it, Devon's mum, obviously being technically the lead on the investigation behind Jake's dad dying and now Oliver. And she brought up to Jake, and I'm pretty sure she brought it up to her fucking son as well because she's a blabbermouth. But Chucky's been at every crime scene, so why isn't he in evidence?
Oh, it's what I just thought of. Why didn't she use Google like her son did and literally just Google killer Chucky doll, see what comes up?
Because her son runs a 4-minute podcast. He knows all this stuff. Years of training is nothing to a kid with Google. People don't know how to use Google apart from...
Been like, what, 7, 8 films already? Like, all the events have happened, like... Even if you don't believe him, like, what about Nico? What about Andy? Like, literally just search it up on Google, but no. She's a shit detective. She just tells her son about how the person got killed instead of the fire. She lets that guy punch the dad, and she shouldn't do anything about that, right in front of her.
Like, he deserved it, like...
Yeah, he deserved it, but it's still assault, isn't it?
And she doesn't know how to talk to her son apart from, we need to have a talk. Okay, what are we talking about? We can't have a talk yet.
Yeah, I'll leak something about the case instead.
Yeah, I'll just let you know about it.
Fuck me tonight, boys.
But yeah, we mentioned the cop, he gets stabbed loads of times, doesn't he, with the needles, and that's how he dies.
Good.
Yeah.
But he's an hard man because he doesn't scream once being stabbed. Just sit aside like, no, Chucky, do you, boo? What the fuck?
And, you know, his blood doesn't leak until everyone walks into the room later on.
Yeah. From his fingers.
Oh, yeah, from his finger, yeah.
He's the only man in all of horror, all of films that I've seen that gets stabbed by thin needles and bleeds from the fingers. Like, I know it can happen.
Eyes, nose, fingers.
I go back to the flashback, don't we? He gives Ed Young-Headed a hand, which was...
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And like we said, it ends with the fucking... They come in because Chucky pulls the plug on the little girl, doesn't they? And then he eventually finds, oh, you've got to plug it back in. And then the blood just starts coming out, and they're like, oh shit, there's a dead body here. Because no one's been inside the room at all.
He's in ICU, bear in mind.
Like, which is intensive
care unit. And it's just like... they're underwatched 24/7, and the fact that Chucky's had time to kill somebody in that room just proves, you know, they ain't doing their jobs. It's not Chucky's fault. Chucky did his job.
Too busy putting up neon lights and shit, aren't they?
Yeah.
I understand that you can't have a smart person in horror films because they'll instantly go, oh, 2 and 2 together, he did it. See you later. But competence. You can have lots of competence in a horror film. They don't have to be detectives, all of them. But Jesus Christ. Did they have...
the detectives, though, like, how old's Devon? 14? The fact that he knows that the doll, and it's your job, you get paid to solve crimes, like, what the fuck?
The fact that Chucky flips pretty much I'm sorry, the kids aren't the only ones that could have seen that. Everybody was outside the room.
But can we go back to the neon lights, though? Because we need to talk about that.
Oh yeah, obsessed with neon light. As soon as you see the hospital, you just see the red lights, and then we go in, and there's like a fucking
purple, blue.
There's a cross with neon light as well.
On mine, imagine a whole hospital. Like Jamie said, the operator of that hospital is a Twitch streamer. What the
That's
fuck?
the thing. I don't know. And the fact that they're all just lazy, they don't even see a fucking doll killing people, and just this episode, like, let's just rate it 4 out of 10 for me, man. This was rough as fuck.
Only because I can feel it leading to us getting monster killer Chucky, like, fuck it, restraints off. I'm gonna give it a 5.
I feel like even the end parts of this don't really make up for the crap and the boringness we had to, like, go through just to get to the end. So I'll give this a 3.
But yeah, make sure you check out Nathan and Luke's social links down below. Click like and subscribe if you're new. Until next week, peace out in a bit.